Welcome to Partnerships for Profit, the podcast where we bring you inside the world of joint ventures, strategic partnerships, and powerful collaborations. Whether you're looking to expand your network, find new referral partners, or scale your business, you're in the right place. Let's get started.
Yes, let's get started for another Partnership for Profits. I am Will Brooks hosting the show today. We have an awesome guest. We have somebody I have worked with in the past, but haven't seen in a minute. And he's got some new stuff going on. We have JT Teringo here, who is he's with Eve, which is a business that it's an AI native legal platform that works and is helping to transform the way law firms operate. So we're going to get into that and what he's doing there and what Eve does. And we're going to talk about wine because I just learned about that. So JT, man, welcome to the show. Glad to see you. Good to see you. It's been a minute.
Likewise, man. It's good to catch up and always enjoy seeing your face. I think the last time I saw you was when you were doing the 24-hour challenge, or was it the
48-hour podcast? Don't get it twisted. We did 2 days straight.
You were sleeping on the bed and Armando's talking and your mouth's opening up. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was a rough 2 days, and we will never, ever do that again. We talked about doing it again. Armando actually had it on the calendar for us to do it. I think it was in June, and I was like, all right, I guess we're doing this. And then one day I checked my calendar and it was gone. And I said, hey, where'd it go? And he was like, we can't do that. We're too old to be doing that stuff. And I was like, you're 100% correct, because we barely did it that time. But yeah, you came on and participated with us on that. That was super dope, man. I'm glad you got to be a part of that, that one time only thing. So JT, tell me what's going on with you. Tell me about Eve. Tell me about the company and what you're doing there and what Eve does for law firms, because we have a lot of law firms that watch and listen to the show. That's a big part of our audience are law firm owners who are always looking to make things more efficient and run smoother. So give me the lowdown.
Yeah, I love it. I appreciate it, Will. So Eve is an AI native platform for plaintiff law firms. So labor employment, personal injury, workers' comp, things like that. What we do is we transform the tasks that are time staking. So medical chronology, turnarounds, drafting of all your legal documents, intake. We turn it around from days and hours into minutes. So therefore, the clients that have adopted Eve, they've been able to double to triple their caseload, as well as saving 20-ish plus hours a week because of the efficiencies. Therefore, they can bring on more cases. Their staff can allocate their time to other high payoff activities. And this is all without adding any staff. So it's all AI native. And it's been a roller coaster, man. I've been here for just a short time, but we're growing like nobody's business. And it's just fun to be around like-minded individuals who really get it, right? Like understand the value that we provide to clients and really want them to win, because as you well know, plaintiff law firms are mostly contingent based, meaning they don't get paid until their clients get paid.
100%.
So if we can turn this quicker, faster, easier, more efficient, they're going to bring on more cases, and they're going to probably speak more highly of platforms like Eve.
So you're an account executive. Are you doing sales? Is that right? You're yeah. So I'm wondering, even in what we do, we're integrating AI into what we do, whether it's operationally or in other things that we do to help with the creative workload, right? We kind of help. It's a great kind of building block for us when we're doing creative stuff for people. But we have people even within our own business who are resistant to just those. You hear those two with letters, and people put up shields, right? They put walls up. Are you coming across that with people that you're talking to? And what are some of the objections that you hear to AI, and how do you kind of get them past that?
First and foremost, it's funny that you said this, Will, because I've got an article coming out today on LinkedIn about the three camps of AI.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't throw a softball for you to load this off because you didn't know it was coming. But with the events and the clients and the potential clients and the professionals in the space, I found that there's three types of individuals. There's AI cynical, AI curious, and then AI all in. And don't get it twisted. AI is not replacing anybody. It's not the end all be all. But if we can help streamline tasks, make things more efficient, more effective, maybe open up your creativity, then utilize it 85, 90% of the way there. Your law license is still going to be tied to anything you do. So you're going to want to take a look at that, right? So I think if you're in that cynical camp, it's because they've heard of situations where it's gone awry. They're ones who've not really tested the water, but saw what happened when somebody was using it incorrectly. Therefore, AI is bad. And I don't think that's in fact the case. Try it first. Like make sure you've had the experience that you just said it's really bad. But I would say a lot of that goes to user error, right? Like there are hallucinations. There are things because most of the LLMs are open to the internet. So you can get those things. It might say JT played basketball at Michigan State and he's 6'8". That's not the case. I graduated high school at 5'8", 135. I'm not 6'8".
Yeah.
Right? That's the thing with the open source like LLMs, but there are also closed sources like Eve. So it's predicated on what is uploaded to it, and she reads off of that documentation. So to me, the folks who are not at least exploring it or seeing how they can make efficiencies in any aspect of their life I think are going to be left behind.
I agree. I mean, it's a tool, right? It's not taking anybody's place. It's a tool. I've said this a lot of times, several times. I liken it to how old are you, JT?
I'm 43.
Okay. So you're a little younger than I am. But you probably remember in the late 90s, mid to late 90s, when the internet was really becoming a thing.
Oh, sure.
You remember when you get CD-ROM in the mail for America Online, like
AOL?
every single week. Yeah. So you get that CD, right? Load this into your computer, get America Online. People were freaking out about the internet. This is going to change everything. I'm not giving the internet my information. They're going to steal everything from me. They're going to steal jobs, the whole nine. And 30 years later, maybe not even 30 years. I guess we're about 30 years in with widespread internet usage. None of us can imagine our lives without it. I think AI is very much the same way in that if you don't adapt and adopt, you're going to be left behind. And it's even faster. It's being implemented faster than the internet was by 100 times or more. So I agree with you. Like it's a tool. If you don't learn how to use it, you're going to get left behind. Just like if you didn't set up a website for your business in the late 90s, early 2000s, you probably don't have that business is probably not around anymore. So it's kind of, it's kind of the same type deal. And I think people are always afraid of change. But you got to adapt, right?
I think, it's funny you say, Will, there was a stat, and I'm not going to throw out the number because I don't know it, but I just kind of remember it, is like 40% or 50% of the jobs that are created now or that are out there right now didn't exist, 15, 20 years ago,
right.
pre-internet. So when people were saying the internet's going to steal my job, maybe it'll steal portions of your job, but what can be created because of that? And I think that's what's going to happen here with AI, right? Like, I don't think the robots are going to come out and kill us all and all of that sort of thing and just kind of go robot to robot.
I hope not.
Well, hopefully we're all gone before that happens.
Yeah, right.
But what I think will happen is there are going to be new sets of jobs that are going to be created. And so if you look at that glass as more half full rather than half empty, there's going to be more jobs created on the backside that we aren't thinking about right now. So to be a pessimist about it, I think it's the same thing that happened, like you said, 30 years ago.
So I imagine that what you guys are doing with Eve is what it's allowing for attorneys is, and this is the same for us. This is true for us as well. We have seen, since we've been implementing more of that stuff for operational stuff or whatever it is, we have more time to spend with our clients and really deepen that relationship and ingratiate ourselves more to them and give them more of our attention because this other stuff is being taken care of. I imagine that's Eve's doing that for these attorneys as well, right? They probably are getting more time to speak with a lead, a prospect, somebody that might need to hire them, or an existing client that they have. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm guessing that's a big plus.
Yeah, you're spot on when you say that, because if we're able to double to triple our client's caseload, it's because they have the ability to take on more cases. They can do that, or if they want, they can spend that time or their staff's time with friends, family, however they want to reallocate it. Right? It doesn't mean that they're going to have to double their business. Maybe they want to bring in the business, but just half as or twice as fast. Right? So I think, well, I believe that AI will never replace that human to human connection.
I think the human connection is going to be more valuable.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Like you and I were talking when you did the 48-hour challenge. That's something that you and I can riff on for a little bit and joke about how it went from my side, from your side, the whole 9 yards. I don't think AI will have that capability to do so, at least not in our lifetime. And so if we can reallocate our time as opposed to, let's say, drafting a document that might take 3 to 4 hours and it's done in 10 minutes and it takes another 15 minutes to review, we're just plus, net positive
2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah.
What can we do with that time? Can we spend it with our friends, family, staff, bring on more cases? And those are the high payoff activities, the HPAs that I call it, that you're able to get more of, therefore moving the needle. Because when somebody knows, no matter where you are in life, and plaintiff attorneys are very forward-facing out to the public, but if you can provide good value to somebody that they know, like, and trust you, and you've done a good job and done right by them, they're going to refer you business. So if you have that ability to spend with them, chances are you get a good settlement, a good result, they're going to tell their friends if something ever happens, right? Because this isn't something like you're shopping for because you're always looking for a plaintiff or personal injury attorney. It's, oh crap, something happened. Where do I go? Do I call the guy or the gal that you see on the billboard or hear on the local radio channel or the TV? Or do you say, oh, my friend Molly got in an accident. She saw so-and-so and treated her well and got a good result.
Yeah, I think both apply, honestly, because I mean we're in the marketing and advertising space, and that stuff is important. But yeah, nothing beats word of mouth or a referral. So I agree with you 100% there. So I mean, it's awesome. It sounds like it's a great tool. How long has the company been around?
The company started in 2018, but we've made a few iterations of it. Eve proper, as you see it today, is a little over 2 years old, and actually have some cool backing here. So we have the largest Series A in the space. It's backed by Andreessen Horowitz, Lightspeed, Menlo Ventures. So three of the top VCs in the world. And we're just taking off like a rocket ship. So it's, like I mentioned, it's fun to be a part of this and just see the growth and just be involved. I was hire number 57, and I think we're doggone near 80 right now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So the joke is that one of my colleagues, she started in January, and she's the tenured rep, right? Like she's the oldest rep for the company.
She's a vet.
Yeah, and she's been doing it 8 months. But
that's funny.
It's fun to watch all these iterations and see how much we take into consideration clients' feedback, because we're only trying to make this product better and better for them.
So I want to ask you something else I was reading about you that we've had several conversations in the past. This is something I just found out today. You call yourself a trial and errorist.
Yeah.
Which
Not
I
a
love.
Terrorist, errorist.
Yeah. Trial and errorist. Right. What the heck? What does that mean? Tell me about trial and errorist. That's kind of your approach to growth. Talk to me a little bit about what that is.
I think it stems from being an only child, Will. And it's not a sob story by any means, but I'd have to find things to do to keep myself occupied.
Entertained?
Yeah, of course. And so maybe it's shooting hockey pucks in the garage. Maybe it's trying to see if I can beat something that I've done before. So here's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. My in-laws live 85 steps across the street here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. One brother-in-law lives a mile and a half this way, and then the other brother-in-law lives a mile and a half that way. But when we were building the house, my father-in-law is the builder on it, and we had all of our flooring sent to his house. And so what I would do is, he didn't want to lug this heavy flooring, like slate flooring to the house. So what I would do is I would measure my steps from their garage to our garage and see if I could beat it each time. So stupid things like that is how I grew up. And so I've always just had a knack for like being curious, questioning things, because that's kind of how I was, right? Like my parents gave me a leash that I could either hang myself with or have plenty of room to be on it. And it gave me the opportunity to just learn and be a student. And so I'm trying to get better every day
Right.
in all aspects of my life. And I do dumb stuff to see if I can do it. August of 2025, I decided I wanted to put 100 miles in for the month. It's three miles a day on average. Just want to see if I could do it. Yeah, I did it. But there were some days that you had to put in 7 because
Right.
you were hurt for the other time. So I just do dumb stuff like that to see how far I can push myself. But that's kind of like the MO of how I've kind of ran my life and operated both personally and professionally.
I love it. Is that like, did you come up with that term?
No, I heard it from, Jesse Itzler says he's a trial and error kind of guy. And I said I'm more trial and errorist because everything that he said as he's been on podcasts and in interviews is the same thing. And I see what sticks and I continue to use it. I see what doesn't and I chuck it. So like
you should trademark it, man. That's a great term. Be a great name for a podcast. The trial and errorist. That's a great hook. I love it. And hearing you describe it, it makes a whole lot of sense. So
Sure.
Very, very cool. Let's shift the conversation. We'll still stick in the AI world, but you were telling me, I didn't know this about you. You were telling me before we came on that you guys have started Michigan's first and largest self-serve wine bar. It's called Jaybird. Is that right?
It is. It's all the letters of our first names. It's my wife and myself and 2 partners. And then the I in the bird is a wine glass.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Very cool. So you were telling me you guys have kind of incorporated AI into that business. So first of all, tell me, what is a self-serve wine bar? I don't even know what that is. So what's a self-serve wine bar? And then how are you guys using AI for efficiencies in that business? And how's the business going?
It's going good. We're a year and a half in. And what we have is 48 taps of self-serve product, from wines to beers to seltzers and some bubbles. And what you do is you have the ability to choose between an ounce and 8 ounces of all of these varieties of wine. For beer, it's only 12 or 16 ounces. Mm-hmm. And the concept came from when my wife went to Austin, Texas. She went to a place called Wanderlust for a bachelorette party.
Okay.
And she said it was a blast because she likes wine, but she doesn't have the palate refined enough, neither do I, to say, I taste boysenberry in here, or this is from the
Prince of Tobacco.
Yeah, leather. I mean, we joke all the time. We look on the back of a red wine bottle during the fall time and say, what do you think's in here? And she's like, leather, tobacco, soil. And she hits it out of the park most times because they're usually cabs.
I would say grapes. That's all I'd be able to say. What's in your grapes?
Yeah, yeast, something like that.
Yeah.
And what she said is like, wine is very unapproachable for most people. It's intimidating. Mm-hmm. But when you have the ability to get an ounce pour of something that you've never heard of, a Barolo, for example, an Arnase, which is a white wine, you're apt to try it. If it's a $2 or $3 sample, why not try that? Because if you go to a restaurant around here, they're probably not going to have it, or the ones that have it, you're going to have to buy a glass of it, and it's a $15, $20 pour.
Right.
And so she liked the ability that she could just kind of go and move in as she pleased, and had a great music vibe, and the place was awesome. So she's like, she came back and asked me to do it. And I said, no. I actually said, yes, 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 meaning no, 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 because we didn't know what the heck we're doing. And she did it a couple of times. And just so happened on July 15th, 2022, it became a law in Michigan where self-serve wine bar was okay. And I say the date because that coincided with my 40th birthday. And she goes, now it's a sign, man. We better take care of this. So what we do is we incorporate technology to be more efficient and effective. We have 3 coolers behind our tap wall, and they're for the red room, the white room, and then the bubble/beer room, kept at different temperatures, 36, 50-ish, and about 64 for the reds. Mm-hmm. And everything comes in a keg. So it's like those sixtels kegs. And what happens is we have valves, we have flow meters, we have a bunch of work behind the scenes that makes it possible. So you're not having somebody opening up bottles, cracking up the foil, opening the cork, pouring the bottles. And then once that bottle's gone, which is about 4 heavy poured glasses, then you have to open another one and do it all the same. So we can utilize that time, that technology, then to reallocate our staff for other HPAs, high payoff activities. So that's interacting with guests, cleaning dishes to the dishwasher, making charcuterie boards and small plates. So when I came across Eve months and months back, I thought, man, this is very similar to what we're doing. Is we're reallocating people's time and giving them their time back so they can hopefully bring more business through the door.
So, are you a red or a white guy?
Depends on the time of year. So now that it's starting to change color outside, I'm going to get more into the reds. But I enjoy a good rosé or a Sauvignon Blanc in the summertime when it's 80, 90 degrees here in Michigan.
I'm not a wine guy at all. I need to. I as I've gotten older, I probably need to. I'm still just a beer guy. It's just
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. But I go to a restaurant with people, and people are ordering wine. I feel pressured. We're like, I guess I got to order a glass of wine, because if I'm the one guy who orders a beer, we're like, oh, this guy ordering a beer. So I need to educate myself more on the. I don't need to be a sommelier or anything. Do you have a sommelier at the spot?
We don't, but we have great partners with our distributors who are sommeliers, who have been tremendous in figuring this out, because initially I had to make thousands of calls, emails, texts to producers, to distributors, because being the first in the state of Michigan, nobody had this. There was like maybe a dozen different kegged wines in here, and they're all the local stuff that you hear about, but nothing to the extent that we wanted. And so tracking down and producing and procuring all of the wine was it was a tough job, but I'm glad we were able to do it, because we have some of the only, certain producers in the state, like Atimo. We're the only folks in the state of Michigan who have this producer. And so something for you would be like, why don't you come in and try an ounce if you had something like this? You could have somebody help you say, all right, here's a full body red. Maybe here's a lighter red. Maybe you like more of a sweet wine. Maybe you like more of a dry. So if you had 4 different 1 ounce pours, you could say like, yeah, these still suck in my opinion, or like, this taste is coming on me, right?
I don't think we have. I'm in the Atlanta area, in Georgia. I don't think we have self-serve wine bars in Georgia. I have to check it out. Maybe we do. It'd be a good date night with the wife. I'll check it out and see what we can do.
I love it.
So, all right. So, last question here for you, JT. Where are we going to be with AI in? I don't want to say 5 years, because it's moving so fast. Like, it's going to change a lot in the next month. Where do you think we're going to be like 2 years from now with AI?
I think some jobs are going to be changed.
Eliminated? Yeah. Okay. Change is a better word. Yep.
Drastically. I don't think they're going to necessarily be eliminated unless they are just simple tasks. I mean, even looking at some of the programs that are out there now, like robot cold callers, like AI bots, the voices, the way that they respond, I think it's going to be efficient and effective, because if a robot could cold call for me and book appointments, so I don't have to do it, and I could then spend either more time with clients, setting up demos, pilots, whatever it may be, that's what's going to replace some of the stuff that can be done with automation. I think our world's going to look substantially different from everything that we do. Like even putting together this podcast. I'm sure some sort of AI agent on your side would connect with an AI agent on my side. We would be able to book this calendar, and they would tell you, put you in the seat, tell you to do this, and it's already set up. Yeah. So that would eliminate some of those times. But there are people a lot smarter than me that have been doing this for years and years. I mean, our 3 founders are ridiculously intelligent. I mean, they have a great pedigree from Meta, Rubrik, and they were, I did AI about 10 years ago. the hell was AI 10 years ago?
I don't
So
know.
I'm not the expert to ask on it, but I think the way that we are going to handle business, I think to some extent how we interact personally is going to change. But I wouldn't be scared of it because it's not the robots going to take over the world.
Yeah, I think my thought on it is, I think, if we're looking 2 years down the road, that we are all just going to have more time on our hands to do the things that are important to us, as opposed to those little minutia in the everyday of our jobs that, oh, I got to put a spreadsheet together. Oh, I gotta, or even responding to emails. I think, that kind of stuff is going to get more and more automated to where we are going to have that more time on our hands, and it's going to enhance human connection. That's my belief. So,
and I think that's something that has been missed over the past, I don't know, decade or so with the rise of smartphones. That human to human connection is just, it's different than how you and I were as kids. I mean, I don't want to speak for you, but during the summer times, I'd tell my mom after watching Sports Center for the third time,
I'll see you at dinner.
We couldn't watch the Tigers highlights because you'd have to continue to watch it through. You couldn't rewind it or hop it on YouTube. But I'll be over by Marshall's house, and if you need me, give his house a call because it will be over there.
Yeah,
and I'd be back by dinner. And that interaction is just different now, where our kids, for example, will text us if we're downstairs. Can you grab me a water? March your butt downstairs and go get it yourself.
Get it yourself, bro. Yep, 100%.
And I also think that the badge of honor that we used back in the early 2000s, even still to this day, of grinding is being awesome. That's good for some at some points of their lives. You can't just be running on redlining it the whole time in your career. You're going to burn out. And so maybe it's going to find ways to reconnect us as human beings. Because at the end of the day, my opinion, none of this shit really matters. We're all going to be dead. Yeah. But if we can leave this place a little bit better than we found it and add value wherever we can, to me, that's considered a life well lived.
I couldn't agree with you more, man. That's a great way to end this conversation. JT, this has been awesome, man. It's been so good to chat with you again and catch
Likewise.
Up. So before we wrap it up here, tell people out there, especially attorneys, obviously, how they can get in touch with you and how they can find more information about Eve.
I'm on LinkedIn quite a bit. I'm very active there. So if you check out JT Teringo on LinkedIn, I'm getting more and more involved on Instagram. So it's at J Teringo. Outside of that, feel free to drop me a note, and happy to show you our platform. Really cool platform, and it's making difference in practices small and large, man.
Yeah, it sounds like a game changer, man. It sounds like a real game changer. And we've got I've got some people that I need to push your way. We have a pretty big network of attorneys, so
cool.
I'll make sure we can get those folks in touch with it. Armando will probably do the same. So
awesome.
JT, man, this has been great. I'm really glad to see you. I saw you on the calendar and I was like, this will be a fun one. I'm glad I get to talk to JT today. So
I love it, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. And those of you who are watching live out there right now, we appreciate you guys joining in and checking out the show. If you're watching the recorded version on YouTube, we also appreciate you. And we ask that you give us a like and a subscribe, follow the channel. We've got great guests like JT coming on all the time. I think we have some more guests. I'm doing 2 more tomorrow. So we have 2 episodes tomorrow coming out. So make sure to come back in and check out who we have, and some great stuff we'll be talking about tomorrow. I can't promise you they'll be as great as JT, but we got some good guests coming in. So JT, thanks again, man. And thank you all for watching, and we will see you next time on another episode of Partnership for Profits.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of Partnerships for Profit. We hope you've gained valuable insights on how to form profitable partnerships and take your business to the next level. Be sure to subscribe and leave us a review wherever you listen to podcasts so you never miss an episode. Got a partnership story to share or someone you'd like to see featured on the show? Reach out to us. Until next time, keep building those partnerships for profit.